So hello, welcome world, hello YouTube, hello everyone out there in internet land. This is live chat with myself, codename LOVEONE, and the beautiful, peaceful eagle over there in Germany. Hello.
Hi everyone, nice to be all here, nice to see you again.
So we're just going to do a little random chat today, just another little test up, going live, see if we can iron out these glitches. So
Yes.
what's new in your experience, peaceful eagle?
Well, everything. We are good. The sun is shining. It's very cold. I hope that the microphone is working perfectly. I would like to test the sharing. Okay, sharing the screen.
Yeah, the microphone is working perfectly. When I start speaking, remember to use the mute button. Okay, it's down here in the left-hand button. That should be a little bit better. And then obviously you can hear me okay, right? And then when I nod, and then when I unmute, when I finish talking,
I don't hear you. You are both muted.
Yeah. So when I've finished talking, I'm going to mute myself, and then you can unmute and carry on talking. So what we're going to talk about today, the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. I woke up at crack of dawn this morning. I went for a nice run, trying to raise my vibration. That is the goal for us. Just eating my nice organic oats this morning. Yeah, what should we talk about? I'm going to leave it to you to decide the topic today's little live chat.
Thank you very much. Good morning. I prepared a video to do an upload today. It is beautiful. That I really like an audio on the Kabbalion and the 7 aromatic principles. I really like it. I prepared a video to upload to my channel, and it's it's your own audio. And it's being uploaded right now. It will take most likely like 2 hours. Let's see what's gonna take. Yes, 2 hours and 50 minutes. Yeah, because we are all using the internet. I have other plans for today, and the plans are I want to do a presentation tomorrow to put on my YouTube account. It is about conscience, trauma, reality, and its perception. It's very important to understand the vibration and why is it important to raise our vibration, and why is it the higher vibration we have, the more conscience we have, and what does that mean in terms of physical terms and physiological terms, etc. I think that's very important, and it's information that I've been gathering over the years. It's information that I've been gathering in mathematics school, something that I was told 30 years ago, no more, like 20 years ago. And those things that I really want to do that in order also to organize my own thoughts. Yes, and right now I would like to test I'm happy. Is the microphone okay? Is perfect or crap?
Yeah, I can hear what you're saying. Yeah, it's fine. There's a little glitch, a couple of glitches, but it's pretty good. I can hear what you're saying pretty much. I think maybe it's because you're uploading some stuff. There's a lot of people on the internet. Maybe it's the bandwidth or something. But I get what you're saying. So raising our consciousness, raising our vibration, of course, that is why hopefully people are coming to these channels. We're here to share the truth, here to share the message of love, and this starts with self-love, raising your own vibration. And this increases the awareness and consciousness within your light body. Okay, we are beings of light, and therefore, the higher the frequency of light, the higher we shine, the more information we can access from the higher realms, the Akashic records. This is what I'm led to understand. We got our first viewer, Clutchy Clutch, who's the second time joining us. He joined us yesterday. Big shout to you, Clutchy Clutch. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, when I obviously when I muted my microphone, the floor is all yours, Peter.
Yes, I understand, but I'm doing 5 things at the same time. I wanted to share my screen, and that's what I'm testing. I opened a document to share, and this is first of all, I want to do a shout out to the new visitors. Okay, I also want to thank the new subscribers that have subscribed to my channel, and the comments and beautiful thumbs up that even though there were a lot of mistakes and problems with the audio, because it was the first time we didn't know the tool, we didn't know what we're doing. We were just testing everything at the same time. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, we're still having a couple of glitches with the thing, but it's mostly okay. I don't know if muting it helps. It seems to help on other streams. So you're Reach the Divine on YouTube, so people can find you by searching Reach the Divine. You've got lots and lots of in-depth tutorials and on many subjects. So I advise people to go and check your channel out. You talked about raising the vibration earlier, and I uploaded a video yesterday. So the latest video on my feed is going to be ascension tips. I'm actually in that video. I'm focusing on gluttony, greed, and these types of things. So, so yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much for that little introduction. I think that I should do a little presentation about my channel. Okay, so I will share screen. Hold on a second. Yeah. So can you see my screen? Can you see it? Perfect, perfect. So this is my channel. The name of the channel is Reaching the Divine, and the objective is creating a matrix, and the obvious is the matrix of love, and the path that I am following, and I'm sharing my experience with you, which techniques I use, which authors I follow, and that's the goal. So I take the best tools from my perspective, from my experience, from the feminine point of view, from my needs in order to ascend. Okay. And as you can see, many videos, and each thumbnail has a meaning. So most important one so far, it is, for me at least, is the information from Peter Gerlach. Peter Gerlach is or was he back in 2015, is a psychologist, and he realized himself he had a lot of issues.
So we are actually
because he was
getting
married
some
twice,
problems.
divorced twice, and you actually, John?
We're getting some audio problems from you. I don't know whether that was because you're sharing your screen, but there is some audio problems. I'm not understanding exactly what you're saying. So nice and slowly, yeah. Make sure you know. So if you want to go and share your screen again, let's try that. Try that again. You're talking about Peter Gerlach. Gerlach, is it?
You need to share my screen. Thank you. Yeah, very slow, huh? Well, okay, so this is it. We're just figuring out the capabilities of the software, so we can know how to use it and how to push it. So, the website or the YouTube channel is organized in the way that Peter Garlick has organized the lessons in order to become your highest best self. So, in order as we have said yesterday, the more trauma one person has, the more difficult it is to increase the vibrations. Okay, so which means that we need to solve our traumas. So, which means excessive guilt, excessive shame, unfinished grief, anxiety, and all those negative emotions. So we need to transform all the 7 deadly sins into the seven divine qualities. Okay, and Peter Garlick does it in a very dry way. Unfortunately, it's like reading a TV manual. However, it is the most complete one I have found. There are many topics he doesn't talk about. He doesn't talk about white tantra. He does not talk about quantum physics. He doesn't talk about raising the vibrations, etc. He doesn't talk about the scriptures. However, for someone that has the Western civilization education, and our educational system is the best so far, from my opinion, from my experience, the best thing to begin in order to enter in sacred union with ourselves and to have a family with love. Okay, he's extremely detailed. He even teaches how to have a family meeting, how to organize your family life, etc., etc. Okay, and because I know he's not complete, I've added other authors that help you to know ourselves. That's it.
Thank you very much, Peaceful Eagle. So go and check out her channel over that Reach the Divine YouTube search. Very interesting stuff. One thing to add on that is, in order to transmute our emotions or negative energies, the first step is becoming aware of them. So we are unable to transmute these things unless we can recognize them in ourselves. So something I learned this morning, I learned this a long time ago, but it was actually confirmed again. Righteous anger is a very natural, important emotion. Righteous anger at the wrongs that are taking place across society, feeling that righteous anger is there. It's there for a reason. So anger and righteous anger are different. So rage against, say, road rage or something like this. If you're arguing with your partner and they make you feel angry, you need to recognize this in yourself. Like, where are you getting triggered? Yeah, is this person touching a nerve? Why am I feeling this way? So in order to transmute these energies and emotions, which is energy in motion, okay, these energies, all is energy, we must recognize them first. So that's the only thing I had to add to that. So go check out Reach the Divine's channel. Lots of great information on there, and lots less ranting than you will find on my channel. Right, I get a bit emotional and passionate at times. There's a lot of ranting going on. So let's have a listen. Let's take a quick look over at this chat section. We're gonna Clutchy Clutch has got a couple of questions, so I guess we should answer, and I'll let you answer them as well. And Reach the Divine, you're in the chat too. Codename, he says, Clutchy Clutch says, so we've got to obviously read out the question. Codename, I mentioned Trump last time before the stream ended. It sounded like you had a lot to say. So I'm not going to go into it at this moment. I do have a lot to say. Do not trust Trump or any other president, prime minister. Yeah, do not trust these people. Okay, they are not working for your best interests. I have done a lot of research into this. In fact, I watched a 2-hour documentary last night. Trump is selling out America. Okay, the same things that are happening in World War II. Okay, are happening in America right now. The same things are repeating themselves. It's funny how the Nazis support Trump, yeah, and you see a lot of white people supporting Trump, and you've got this racism card coming in. Now, Trump is an Israeli supporter, okay, he supports Israel and Netanyahu. This tells you all you need to know, okay? I'm not going to voice my opinion. I've lost my train of thought on that. QAnon, one more thing to add. QAnon retards. Okay? Do your research. All these Q people saying Q, Trump is going to save the world, da 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 da. Did you know that Cyrus and the Third Temple and in Jerusalem and Cyrus, there's a silver coin with Trump's head on it just brought out. Okay? Trump is connected with this, right? What was I saying? QAnon. QAnon, it now turns out, is connected with the Crown Corporation. The Crown Corporation, a company called Kinetic, 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 Q. Right? This is QAnon. Right? So do not listen to QAnon. Right? There are many people saying QAnon is a military coup. They're the good people trying to, they're going after the pedophiles and they're doing this. You know, like, many people think they're woke because they're listening to QAnon tweets and messages and stuff like that. It's all part of the same thing. It's all distraction. They're not going to save you, mate. So all the Trump supporters, build the wall, build the wall. Like, it's lunacy. It's absolute lunacy, right? It's divide and conquer. It's the Roman Empire. It's obvious to those that have eyes to see. So I've got a lot more to say on Trump because a lot of white Americans think that Trump is their savior and he's going to save them. And this is bullshit. He's leading you down the garden path. He's selling your country out. I'm going to stop the rant on that on Trump. I'll see if Reach the Divine has any views on that.
Well, I agree with the strategy divide and conquer. If you see, there was a movie called with one of my favorite actors. It's I think he's Belgian, and it's Matthias Schoenhartz, and he made a movie called the French Suit, and it's about a village in France that was occupied by the Nazis, and how they put one Nazi general in each home in order to destabilize their union, their peace. It's what we talk about traumatizing. It's divide and conquer, okay? And in the beginning of the movie starts because the people are hungry and the chicken is stolen, and the wife of the mayor complains that the chicken was stolen, and because nobody accused themselves, the mayor died. So because the chicken died and the woman was stupid, her husband was killed, and they decided they were destroying the morale of people. Okay, so our weaknesses are the seven deadly sins. So we need to transform the seven deadly sins into the 7 virtues. Now, for that, we need to come out of the triangle: victim, prosecutor, and savior. We need to take responsibility for our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and actions, because this is what we human beings that have access to their higher self and they have access to are able to create conscience. And by having conscience, we create our own reality, and we are responsible for managing our emotions. So
I'd like to interrupt you there before you go on. We do create our reality. People need to remember this. We must get out of victim mode. I watched an interesting thing from Dolores Cannon last night. And she said she gets many clients coming to her. Oh, you don't know how I've suffered. Oh, my parents did this to me. You know, victim mode, victim mode. She turns around, she listens to them for an hour and turns around and says, you create your own reality. You agreed to all of these things taking place in your life. So just keep that keep that in the forefront of your mind when you're experiencing hard times. Why are you putting yourself through these things? And I would say it's because you have lessons, you are trying to evolve and grow. And sometimes when you're planted as a seed in the shit, in the dirt, you grow stronger, yeah? Because you're fertilized, right? So, you know, these things are here to help us, these trials and tribulations. That's all I wanted to add. Carry on. You've still got your microphone muted.
sorry. Now it's on. I would like to talk. Can you please show my screen? I would like to talk about conscious emotions, reality, perception, and the decision process. Okay. And the reason why I'm less emotional, it's, of course, I have emotions, but I'm more worried becoming sovereign than actually being the victim, because that's how I feel, is that if when I give in into the other people's emotions and I let myself being manipulated by my emotions or my ego, I'm losing. I'm making myself weak. Okay, so for me to feel strong, I need to become the highest best self, and that means I need to ascend. Okay, can you please, one of the guys, tell me a thumbs up if you guys can see my screen, please?
The screen's already shared. What are you asking me?
Perfect. Well, this is a presentation, and it's very important. I just want to go to this screen here, and I don't know, but I suppose you guys know what are the 7 chakras, okay? And the lower your chakra is, the more dense it is. So you have, this is the base chakra, the first, okay? And there are 7. In order to raise your vibrations, you need to be on the crown chakra. And you can see that you have this line here. This is when you have a graphic, this is the axis of the okay, and this is the equator. It is the cross. This is Saturn, the cross of reality, right? And the reason why we need to raise our vibrations is that the more often our brain waves are in gamma and they are going to cross this x-axis, it means that this person has the perception of the reality crosses more often the reality. Okay, so the perception of the reality is not the reality. However, it means that you are more emotionally calibrated, because what your perception of the reality and the reality are extremely close together. Okay. On the other hand, the person that lives from the base chakra, they rarely their perception of reality very rarely crosses the reality. Okay. And the point I want to make is that if you are watching TV and you are constantly on the phone, you are only going to be on the alpha waves. Okay, so you are extremely susceptible or impressionable. Okay, Now, this is the theory, okay? And this is the reason why it's very important to raise the vibrations, okay? Say you have the deadly sins, it means that you're going to have the deadly sins. This is the deadly sins: pride, greed, wrath, envy, gluttony, sloth, and lust. And these behaviors, thoughts, and emotions are gonna cause disharmony, are gonna cause stress in your body, and your body cannot live like that. If you live under stress, your higher self cannot come to you. Okay. So I don't want to go into too many details. Perhaps later I will go into the presentation I'll do tomorrow and put it on my YouTube channel. And the purpose is to have more protons, the more light in you, okay? And you have integrity, divine nature, faith, knowledge, good works, choice, and accountability, okay? So Nick and I, we have extremely different attitudes. We know the same facts, but we have different attitudes towards them. And it's very interesting, our cooperation. What do you think about that, Nick?
So I wanted to add something to that. So I've made videos on this in the past, right? So essentially, our society, so we were talking about targeted individuals. Okay, now society is set up to, everyone is a targeted individual, okay? Think of, I've already explained this in previous videos, so think of people like, we are light beings, okay? You are a light being, a being of light. So think of people like a dimmer switch. So a dimmer switch turns the light down and you can turn the light up, just like this, simple. So the higher your light, obviously, is where we need to be. Now, many people have got the dimmer switch turned down because they are being bombarded by negative media. They are watching, they have negative music, listening to the music industry. They're watching the news, television. Turn off the television. Lie vision. Okay, turn off the television. It's telling you lies. It's one big mind control experiment. Right? So the food, chemtrails, everything around us is designed to lower our vibration. Now, you've got to ask yourself, who would do such a thing? Why would they want humanity on a low vibration? This is where people like us come in, right? And have these YouTube channels to try and help people raise their consciousness, raise their vibration. The first thing you need to do is switch off the TV, switch off the news, seek out people who know what they're talking about, right? So yeah, the food you eat, the diet, that includes what you watch, what you read, who you hang around with, who you speak to. All of these things are going to affect your frequency of light, vibration. So are you living in a family environment where there's arguments? Are you arguing, is there conflict, or is it a loving, caring environment? Are you going to nurture the people around you? Are they going to nurture you? Do you feel safe, protected? All these kinds of things. This is important. Self-preservation. Preserving the self is important. Okay. So that's what I wanted to add. So that's what we're here to do, to raise the vibration. And when we raise our own vibration and frequency, we have a ripple effect in the pond, the collective consciousness, and that helps to increase the vibration of everyone else. So that's all I really wanted to add.
Well, on that note, I would like to add that in order to become a great mind, you need to be next to people with great minds. So if you are always arguing, if you have bad behaviors, if you have bad thoughts and bad emotions, you can't expect miracles. That's how frequency works. So
right.
if you want to have a better life, you already have to live right now, so that when it's already there, it's just smooth. It's a smooth.
The law of attraction you're talking about. So envision the life that you already want. The law of attraction is what you're touching on. It's like, imagine that you're already in the place you want to be? Is this what you?
Well, we are constantly doing law of attraction. Is that when you are ascending, you are more conscious, you have more grip, that you understand those tools you understand the tools that your avatar gives you. So your higher self, when you raise your vibration, you understand that means that the higher self, your spirit is in it's in your chrism. So if when you raise your chrism to the pineal gland, it means that it is when your higher self is able to fully undertake your body, and it means that you are able to constantly totally manipulate the reality for what you really want, if you want. And by it's through the pineal gland that you can imagine a better future, and by aligning thoughts, feelings, emotions, and actions, you can manifest faster. Okay, and
So I wanted to go back to the law of attraction. You moved on into charism and charisma and white tantra and all this kind of thing. Going back to the law of attraction, I wanted to ask you a question. So many people that discover this law of attraction, okay, the first thing that they look at is something called The Secret, okay, The Secret, which is a billion-dollar selling book and film written by an Australian woman who says that there's this secret that everyone's been lied to about, and the Knights Templar knew it, and everyone knew it, and they've hidden it from humanity. Now, I wanted to ask you what your opinion on The Secret is.
Well, I never read The Secret. I didn't watch the movie. What I tell you is what I experience, because I was born already with the third eye open, and when I was 8 years old, I've manifested everything that has happened in my life. So I am not into that. What I am into, I actually research people that are not popular. I research people that associate quantum physics, because that's what the law of attraction is quantum physics. We have to, and you also need to understand the Hermetic principles. If the universe is mental and time and space doesn't exist, it means that everything is happening at the same time. And it's your conscience that decides at every second, every nanosecond, what you want to do in the future. That's my perspective. I do not lose my energy with things that don't empower me. So when you read Secret, when you read The Secret or anything else that concerns, do you feel truly empowered? Are you coming out of this victim, prosecutor, savior? That's my question. Okay.
So to add to that, so people that are waking up, I think it's something you go through. You're going to find your Eckhart Tolles, and you're going to find The Secret, and all these kind of people trying to sell you the way, the secret, the truth. Just stay vigilant, okay? I'm not saying that these people aren't speaking some form of truth. However, you've got to question if they're making millions from this. Okay, your Oprah Winfrey's suddenly has my spiritual awakening. Your Teal Swans, okay, they're doing this for a living. It's their job, right? This information that they're sharing comes from the Akashic stream of consciousness. You can access this information. They're passing this off as their own information. Right? So be very wary of The Secret. So when we say law of attraction, it's a very real phenomenon. Right? I'm just warning people against The Secret. So let's have a look at. Go on. Sorry. Reach the divine.
I want to add on that note is that knowledge, when you learn something, it has to be done in the trivial method, and the trivial method is divided into grammar, semantics, and rhetoric. Whatever a topic is introduced is not divided into these three sections, you will continue to be an intellectual slave, because you will not understand fully what you are being told. Okay, so to learn anything in life, you need to go through grammatic, semantics, and then rhetoric. It is slower method, but then you are empowered. Okay, you are able to use the tool properly. Okay, that's what I mean. And those things, and concerning making money about it, it is those type, because people want solutions. They want easy solutions to their problems without working themselves through the solutions to solve their own problems by coming out of the triangle: victim, prosecutor, perpetrator, or savior. Okay, that's always going back to the same topic. Okay. Okay, I'm reading the statements right now. Yes, that Clutch is making very good points here. The reason why humans were placed was to bring back with the most advanced avatar that have been genetically designed, that was eternal, breatharian, and unlimited command of all the power of the ether. Okay. Yes. I'm reading here. Yes, I mean, in the matrix that we live in, they know, they know how to manipulate the conscience of the human beings. They know themselves. They know us better than we know ourselves. So there are many things that they can destroy the hormones, oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. You need to have a balance on those three hormones in order to reopen the pineal gland, which means that you really need to have perfect health, excellent nervous system, in order to be raising your vibrations. Yes. Now, what I understand is that the body has 3 battery packs. It has the muscles, the teeth, and the DNA. And you can find this information from Jerry Tarnat. He wrote a book called The Electricity of Emotions. And in order to the sugar that is, if you have if you eat a lot of carbs, the muscles are going to store a maximum of 1,700 calories tops of sugar. Okay, so if you do a ketogenic diet, that is a diet that you are basing you are getting the source of energy from fat. Okay, from healthy fat. It means that your sugar levels are very low, and your pancreas is not going to be so much used as when you eat a lot of carbs. Okay? So, and in order to enter in autophagy, in order to reactivate the DNA, and the DNA is able to repair itself, it needs to be at least 11 days without eating. So, and I believe that I have not found any information about that. I hope I am able to. When you do autophagy, it means your DNA is able to lock themselves on the ether energy and in the energy of the sun. Okay.
So let me just stop you there. So we might as well bring up fasting. Okay, you mentioned the keto diet. I don't know much about it. You know more than me. However, we both listened to Santos Bonacci, right? He talks about fasting and the power of fasting. You said to me that he has said one thing. I've listened to something else. So I'm going to say the importance of fasting, right? So I've read 3 days of fasting can totally reset the immune system. So in an era where we have the coronavirus and all these attacks on us, so fasting is the way to health. Fasting is the fastest way to health. Okay. Now I will say that Santos told me in his podcast, you can fast twice a month. Right? You may have something to add to this. Twice a month. On the new moon, you can fast. And then also when the when the moon is transiting your sun sign. So for instance, as an Aries, when the moon is in Aries, which I actually believe it is in Aries now, we should be fasting. So that's 3 days, twice a month. Is there anything you wanted to add to that, Peaceful Eagle?
Yes, of course I do. I follow Dr. Berg in YouTube, so he always suggests to do an internet fasting, so you eat 1 meal per day, and he says if you're not hungry, don't eat. Okay, so as a doctor, and it does not. He has a lot of videos. There are videos that he explains the benefits of fasting in order to delete or to stop having mental disease like schizophrenia, etc., etc. So, the reason why fasting is important, it is because it is connected with natural law. So, the more you tap, fasting is the mechanical or the actions that allow you to tap into the matrix of to tap into the matrix of emptiness, because you eat less, there is more food, you are satiated faster. Okay, there is enough for everybody. Okay, and which means that you're going to have more protons in your body. Okay, the reason concerning Santos, I'm extremely sure that he doesn't know, but he does ketos. I am sure that he does a keto diet. I am sure of it, because in order to have a plant-based diet, you are gonna if you don't eat carbs, sooner or later you're gonna be in ketos. It is simple as that, because the body needs to have a source of energy. Okay. I have been doing keto for 2.5 years now, and I feel much better, and I have a very good feedback.
Okay, so we can do another show on this health thing. We're gonna talk about this topic. You can mention keto and stuff. I'm gonna add that urine therapy is very important. Something that I've been practicing for 7 months, 8 months, and this is an ancient yogic practice. So look it up. The benefits of urine therapy. I'm continuing to show Clutchy Clutch is part of the show. Much appreciated. Going to share your comments. Yeah, you said, did you say you need to wrap it up? You've got some other stuff to do, or you want to keep going? It's up to you.
We can keep going.
So we've got another comment from the lawless one. He's saying McDonald's is the best. I proved it so many times. I'm not sure what he's trying to say. Is he being sarcastic there? McDonald's is the M. Okay, is Mason. Stands for Mason. McDonald's is pure satanic, mate. Everything about that company. I'm not sure what he's saying there anyway. So we covered a few things: health, wealth. Yeah, sarcasm. No sarcasm, mate. I don't know. I don't know what he's saying. Shout to the lawless one anyway for watching. We're going to do another show on common law. Very important, right? Common law, freeman, maritime law, admiralty law, walking on water. Do you want to quickly talk about walking on water?
Yes, yeah, we talked about it the other day in our private conversations. It took me a while to understand that. Well, I will tell a little bit. I'm baptized. I was raised in a Catholic church, and every time they said that Jesus walked on water, it took me, what does that mean? And it took me years of understanding that has to do with the fact that your vibrations are so high, are so incredibly high, of the reality so broad that you understand the game of the matrix, and you understand that it's a spiritual warfare, and that you are aware of the procedures upon which or by which the human conscience is being manipulated. And once you understand how to behave, what to do, what your actions actually imply, and what to do in which moment to always be sovereign, then you can walk on water. That means in behaving as privately as in public, to every moment understanding what are the consequences of your actions. Then you walk on water. And that's what it took me a while to understand. That it means that when you enter a courtroom, when you do certain things, you lose your sovereignty because you are ignorant. And we have to stop being ignorant. We have to be enlightened, and we have to know what we're doing.
So a couple of things to add to that. So on the common law thing, so essentially walking on water, right, as I understand it, is walking over maritime law, okay? Is that right? You can give me a nod. We are citizen ships, right, through the birthing canal. So we're walking on water. We are not seamen. We are not ships lost at sea. We are walking on water. We are walking above the waters. We are governed only by the law of natural law, God's law, and the law of the land, right? Which is what they don't want you to know. Okay? This is what you've been duped at. All the court systems are satanic. That's why the priest wears black. Saturn, the color of Saturn, sorry. The judge wears a black robe, yeah? So walking on water is rising above maritime admiralty law, which is navy law. Okay, go on.
Which means we need to go back to natural law. It's what Mark Passio says. It is that there is a sentence that Mark Passio says, that he says he wants to have an anarchical, co-creative cooperation with everybody else, which means that you have your emotions under control, right? You have the neutron point, so you have your emotions, so you have the electron that goes around around the neutron, right, and does this the eighth, and you have your emotions under control. You have the deadly sins are the 7 virtues, right? And the reason why, and then you are not a child anymore, because you are the monarch of your own body, of your own avatar, and the higher self is in command. Okay, so which means that you can comply the natural law. You don't need an external force to make you obey the rules. You obey the natural law of the universe automatically, because you have incorporated that in your frequencies. Okay.
Yeah.
And yes, it means that you respect the other. Okay, you respect yourself and you respect the other. You respect nature.
So essentially, in the common law, there is three rules. Yeah, no injury, no harm, and no loss. No injury, harm, or loss. That is it. It's very simple. Very simple. Are you causing injury to another person? Are you causing harm? Is there a loss? So obviously, theft from someone would be against common law, right? There is a loss. So yeah, no injury, harm, or loss. We're going to do another show on this. It's a very important subject. There are
Yes,
many.
it means that
Go on.
when we are ignorant, is because we don't understand when to say no. It's the most important ability of all times, is to have at all times the notion or the conscience when the other one is stepping into our integrity. Okay, so and because we are ignorant, we don't understand when we are giving away our sovereignty. Okay,
You are giving away
we are
every time you vote in a polling booth, you give away your power. Okay, this is a separate subject. Every time you go and vote for a politician, you're giving away
it's
your
not
charge.
when you register the child, you are giving away your things. There are many things. It's the matrix is so well stitched in one another that you really need to be humble and understand the consequences when you go into court and you just said, "All rise." If you rise, you are losing you are giving away your integrity, your sovereignty. That's one point you mentioned the other day. So we don't know that. We just get in church or anywhere because that's what everybody does, and we do the same. It's the example of the monkey. You know the experience of the four monkeys. You put four monkeys inside a cage and with bananas, and every time one monkey decides to get the bananas, they get a cold shower. Okay, so they beat each other up, and then they remove one monkey every time until there is no more of the ancestors. They knew the reason why they got a cold shower every time they got the banana. So it's the same principle that we are being affected. Okay, do you know that experience?
I've not heard that one.
No, it didn't. Oh, okay. So I didn't tell it properly. I'm gonna explain it better. So it is like they put four monkeys in a cage and they put a banana. So every time a monkey decided to get a banana, they got a cold shower until they understood you are not supposed to get a banana because you're gonna get a cold shower. So one by one, they took one ancestor, the beginners, right, the ancestors, and every time a new monkey decided to go there, even without getting the shower, he got a beating, and they did that to everybody, to every monkey. Okay, until the primary the ancestors left, all the ancestors that left, and nobody knew, no monkey knew the reason why they got a beating. And every time a new monkey decided to get the banana, they got a beating, but nobody knew why. So it's the same exercise. We just have our traditions. We don't know why we have those traditions. We don't. And that's the manipulation. We have to know when and every point we are losing sovereignty. Okay.
No one has authority over you. Okay, as a sovereign being. Okay, your higher self is the only authority. When you say "I understand," you stand under their authority. So when a cop asks you, police officer, do you read your rights? Do you understand? And you say, yes, officer. What you're saying is, yes, I stand under your authority. When the judge says, do you understand? You are agreeing, yes, I stand under. So also another thing to add, never swear an oath on the Bible. In court, this is what they'll ask you to do, swear an oath on the Bible. Never do this. Okay? In the Bible, it says, I haven't got the quote in front of me, do not swear an oath on any book. Right? So you're going against, if you believe it, the word of God, right, in the Bible, if you're swearing on the Bible. So just something to add there. I haven't got the exact quote, but I thought that was interesting. We're duped. We are living in an inverted society, turned upside down, right, flipped upside down. What's up is down, black is white, Vatican, you know, debt slaves. So
Because when bad is good, it means that when you do it, you are doing something that is against your highest best self. So it means that you will have stress in your body because you are doing something that your body knows is not good for you. So you're going to have more positons on yourself, more antimatter. We can talk about that later in another program, about the antimatter and the difference between antimatter and matter.
do you want to just leave us? We're gonna wrap it. We're gonna wrap this show up for now. Shout to Clutchy Clutch and the Lawless commenting. Thank you. We're going to wrap this show up for today. Just a little random Sunday live chat. We're going to do more of these, hopefully. Just getting a feel for this live business. Do you want to just explain what positrons is while we leave, or do you want to leave that to another show? It's up to you. Yeah, I think she's got a microphone muted. You've got your microphone muted.
I would love to talk about it. I prefer to leave it to another show, but my brain's illuminated when I put the points together.
Right, okay.
Yes.
I'm going to leave it. Okay.
Yes, we will talk about. I think we should leave one hour only for that topic.
Right, so let's talk about, let's read this comment from Clutchy Clutch quickly to make this perfectly clear. A false god is any being in existence that you pledge allegiance to. There is only one universal creator, that is the God family collective of which you are members. Now,
Yes.
I'm going to add to that comment. Yahweh is the deceiver. Okay, Yahweh is the deceiver. Listen to me clearly. Yahweh is the deceiver, right? My battery is going to die, so I'm going to have to end this broadcast in about 2 seconds. Going to add these last comments, if I can. It's glitching out.
There is something with the connection because you are breaking a lot. My dear friends,
I'm going to end the broadcast. Take care, people.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot. Visit
Till
my
next time.
channel, Reach the
Much love.
Divine. Clutchy Clutch,
Peace.
thanks a lot. You're very
Out.
knowledgeable. Talk to you soon, okay? Bye-bye.